Welcome, loyal fans. Today we race the penultimate race of the Nations Cup. My name is Homer Simpson and I will be one of your hosts for today. And with me in the commentary booth is Rick Sanchez, who you will probably know for the hit TV show Rick and Morty.
Well, Homer, I'm sure people will know me. Well, at least my voice should sound familiar. Anyway, we have quite the race today. Let's look at some info using handy on-screen graphics that our great overlord has prepared for us today. Today's race takes place on Trial Mound in reverse. We have raced this track before in one of the exhibition races in the Nation Cup. Back then it was the regular version instead of the reverse. We raced in some very hard to control Kermit green Porsches back then. And once again, the car to be raced in is quite difficult to control. It is the by now well-known Red Bull X2019.
The qualifying session will last 7 minutes, followed by a race of a whopping 30 laps. Even though the rounds are rather quick, that's still a big distance to cover.
In this long race, all the available racing slick compounds must be used. Technically without a pit stop, but you will need at least 2 of them to change to the required tires.
But my brain can't even handle how that would work. You have some info on strategy here, Rick.
Of course, I have calculated it all, and looked at Dordanov's practice sessions as well. The mediums will last for around 20 laps, and softs for 10 to 11. Since we really don't want to use those hard tires unless we have to, the best strategy is to only use those for 1 lap. So if you start in the top 3 starting on mediums until lap 19, then 1 lap of hards, and finally a stint of 11 laps on the soft would work. When starting in the middle of the pack, it's probably best to start on hards and make a stop after the first round. Hopefully that should give some clean air after the stop for a long stint on the mediums. And of course finish on the softs when the car is lightest with the least fuel.
Wow, that sounds pretty good. Okay! Our best practice lap Dord on an OF didn't practice was a 1 minute 27.055. He will most likely be aiming for anything in the 1 minute 27 range for qualifying. The lower the better.
Alright, let's jump right into that qualifying session then. And as usual, we will speed it up for you, and for our own sake, of course.
Hey, 4th place! Not even the greatest of laps since it was only a 1 minute 27.7, but it could be worse.
Well, yeah, not too shabby. Now the strategy is just a bit of an issue. Does he start in hards or on the mediums? I'd expect medium anyway. He knows he has a bit more pace, but still, it should help clear everything behind. Plus these cars tend to cause mayhem. Maybe 1 or 2 in front will even spin out in the start.
What's this? He seems to be in 3rd place after all. He's right there, flashing his lights.
Yeah, that's weird indeed. I guess the guy in 3rd place got a disconnect or something. Well, now it's even better he went for the mediums. Yeah, here he is. Well, I'm sure he won't mind the free bump in the 3rd place.
Ooh, cool Tron car.
sounds like there was some trouble right behind. Let's take a quick look at the replay. That was really close. He was nearly taken out there.
Well, lucky him. Now let's see what he can do. Well, that guy is really aggressive getting past there.
Yeah, but keep in mind some of the others might be using a different strategy. Dordanev knows some of them might be on softs now. Looks like he is guessing and hoping that's the case here. Here we see one of the alternate strategies in play. Fighter in front pits after the first lap, so he was probably on hards. The rest keeps going, but there is no telling what tires they are using yet.
Assume the guy in front is on soft since he overtook in the first lap. It seems positive to stay this close, right?
It seems so indeed, but maybe he just made a few minor mistakes or has just very good pace on the mediums. Let's wait and see for now.
Well, the three of them seem to be pulling a gap at least.
Indeed, and first and second are still not too far. If this is their pace on the softs, that is very positive for Dordanev.
Field seems to have settled for now. Let's check back a bit later when we have some more action. Alright, here we are, and by the power of editing and looking at replays, we have some more info about the race now. Most of the drivers in first and second are indeed on softs. The first one is about to make his first pitch top after 9 laps. Let's take a look at the pace of the top three here.
It seems to be pretty even all around. Meet up in second is maybe a little bit faster, but keep in mind Dorjanov is the only one on medium tires. The other two are on softs. This looks pretty darn good to me.
Oh, very nice indeed. So let's see what is going on with the fourth guy we had earlier. The one that made us stop for hards in the first round. Can we see fighter after first and second have made their stops? He has already caught up to speed up and is looking for an overtake.
Both drivers are on the medium compound currently, but looking at the right, we see Fighter has about the same pace as Dorjanov, maybe even better. So he should be faster than Speed Up, who had that same pace, but on the softs. Nice move there, and he indeed takes the position.
Cool. Now let's check back in with our Supreme Leader when he starts making his first stop. Here we follow Dordan for his first stop. After 19 laps on the medium tires, it's time to switch them out for the hards for one lap.
Comes out in first place for now, but he still has one more stop to make. Fighter is already back in second place now, and he just stopped for softs already. This might be close. All right, here we go. Spider going to overtake, or will Dortnef still come out in first?
No, Fighter took first place.
Tagnabbit, you are right. And with both on the softs, I don't think Dorjanov will be able to close that gap. Fighter seemed to have very good pace on the other tires as well.
He is being followed as well.
Yeah, but don't worry. That guy's on mediums now and didn't even have the pace when he was on softs. I don't think he will be a threat here.
Well, it doesn't seem like we will get much action unless something terrible happens. Let's fast forward until we have something to show. Sadly, there was no mistake by Fighter and Duet. DNO could not close the gap. Let's take a look at the strategies used by the top 4 drivers, and then we dive into the final lap for a run to the finish line.
quite some different strategies, as you can see. Although it seems clear the better strategy was to use the softs at the end, this is also strengthened by the fact that the other drivers had a bit less pace overall. Still interesting to see the different takes. Alright, enjoy the dash to the finish line for now. And there we have it. Second place in the bag. Pretty good result, I would say. Fighter executed his strategy perfectly as well. He was very close in pace to Dorjanov, but was ultimately a bit faster. He had a very strong run on the mediums, and even on the softs, his pace was about a tenth faster until the end. A well-deserved second place nonetheless. And as we can see here in the lobby, this was a 141-point race. So 135 points for the second place. That is the highest Dorjanov has gotten so far, so a very good result.
Ooh, I can sleep happy now. Saturday we have the final race of the Nations Cup. See you then.
I also like to live dangerously.